Building your career and your confidence doesn't mean necessarily making a professional move. Generational consultant and millennial career coach Lindsay Picardo is here with tips on how to grow in the position you're already in. Good morning.
Good morning, Tracy. It's good to see you. Happy Thursday.
Same to you. I joked at the top of the show that I've been growing in the position I'm in, mostly my waist size from COVID snacks. But professionally, a lot of people are sort of stalled. And you talk about these super ambitious people you work with. It's probably even more frustrating for someone whose career sights were meant to be mobile and upward.
That's right. And sometimes, you're in an organization long enough, you think, I really do like the people I work with. I really do like the culture. I love our mission. And I feel kind of stuck and there's nowhere to move. I see that happen a lot. And oftentimes we're looking for someone else to come in. I call it like there's no fairy godmother. Nobody's going to come in and swoop in and say, I see all these incredible things in you. I believe in you. We're going to give you all these opportunities. A lot of times it's us deciding, okay, how do I want to grow and how am I going to make it happen? And then after that, everyone around you will start to respond to that. So first, it's our job. I want to give you 3 ways that you can start growing today and get some of that wind in your sails back.
Okay.
The first way is to interview a hero of yours. People are more accessible than ever. There's people on LinkedIn that I never imagined having a personal conversation with who are now willing to engage with me, which is super exciting. And so leverage your technology, leverage your social media. Interview people where when you see them, you think, yeah, I definitely want to be them one day. They have my dream job. And really what you're asking is their set of skills. What skills have you developed in this job? Be watching for their strengths. What is their natural personality and temperament? And do I match that? And then what training and further education do they have? You might be surprised at the way that your heroes are cobbling together their very specific skill sets. And so when you can find out how they got to where they went, you can go there too in your own unique way. So that's a big one. That's number 1. Find a hero and interview them and find out how they really work. It's
I like
fascinating.
It. Well, and your heroes, you're probably jumping to assumptions and conclusions about what their career path or educational path was, and probably surprised at some hairpin left turns, right turns that it took.
That's exactly it. You'll even feel that motivation in you of like, oh, they didn't have it easy. Oh, the path wasn't laid out for them. They really had to go after that degree or go after that skill set and prove themselves first. Sometimes we need to hear that story again so that we know we're not alone. So that's the first one. The second one is look for problems right now that you could be solving. I have employees call me all the time and say, hey, I've got a better way to do this. But maybe they feel intimidated to say something or they're not sure how their boss feels about adding new technology. And this is your chance to start to communicate and share, hey, I've got a way that maybe I could solve that. Do you mind if I jump in and maybe pitch a new idea? You'd be surprised at what a difference that can make in people's perception of you and your ability to think forward and solve problems before it's asked of you.
That makes a lot of sense. A lot of people, I'm sure, are just sort of sticking in the rut and, checking off their list every day for their job responsibilities. But again, being maybe quiet about some strategy or some problem solving that they could do. You propose, you don't propose just going ahead and doing that, right? So that demonstrates it. You just maybe, hey, can I bend your ear for a minute? I may have something that's a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more efficient, maybe a little bit less expensive.
That's exactly it. And I certainly say that to younger generations too. I was talking to an architect firm that said we had a person from a younger generation on our call and they knew how to run Excel so quickly that they solved the problem in the meeting on the call before we even hung up. And that's where the magic is. Don't be afraid to be assertive. And like you said, we don't want to run in and start changing things without permission, but I'm sure there are ways that each of us can contribute to solving problems that maybe we just haven't been assertive enough to take yet. So that's number 2.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm going to give you a little inside scoop. Take a course on one of these 3 things: creativity, emotional intelligence, or persuasion. So LinkedIn has a ton of data on it because we all hang out there professionally, and LinkedIn Learning did research from their own users. And they found that these are some of the most highly rated soft skills that are in demand this year. So think about, how could I grow in my creativity? Maybe a book like the classic, The Artist's Way. Emotional intelligence, there's a ton of courses on that. We just wrapped one up with my team. or persuasion, learning how to share your viewpoint without having to manipulate other people, but be able to really share where you're coming from. Those are very powerful soft skills that will ultimately put you in a position of leadership.
Great advice as always. We're running out of time, but quickly, what do you do if you already have your dream job? Asking for a friend.
You do have your dream job, and we're all lucky that you get to do it. If you're in your dream position, enjoy it. Find ways to mentor other people. That's where the meaning of life really comes from, being able to build into other people. So make sure that you're able and available, even maybe just an hour a month, to pour into other people who are wanting to do what you do.
That's awesome. We'll do that. LindsayPicardo.com. We'll put the link on IndyStyle.tv. Good to speak with you as always.
You too. Have a
Stay
good
safe.
day.
Pet your dog for us.
I will.
All right. Amber?
Oh, man.